Crimea has been a region with a majority Russian population for a long time, and Russia proper has great affinity for that region. There have been wars there before, and but when the Soviet Union broke up in the early 90s, Crimea was a part of Ukraine. Flash forward to today, where it's seriously in question because the Russians have basically invaded Crimea and taken over that region. The United States has been taking the lead, working with European allies, and trying to find some sort of a diplomatic solution. Trying, in the first instance, to be firm about the fact that they don't recognize Russia's taking over Crimea, and in the second instance, giving Putin, President Putin in Russia, some space in which to find some sort of a non-violent solution so that everybody could live with. So far, that's not looking so promising. I mean, there have been several phone calls between President Obama and President Putin. Chancellor Merkel of Germany, who has had a pretty good relationship with Putin, has also weighed in, and that doesn't seem to be producing a diplomatic solution. In fact, the Russians are digging in more deeply in Crimea. It looks like the West is going to have to ratchet up its pressure on Russia before anything, any sort of final resolution could come about. I would be shocked if there was a war over this territory. That is certainly not the first instance, and hopefully that will not be the final resolution of this. I think for a long time, the West really wanted to work with Russia and tried to work with Russia, and the more autocratic he became, the more problematic he became. But he's still a big player. Russia is a member of the UN Security Council with veto power, and you can't just completely ignore Russia's role. But there are some ways where you're going to have to work around it now. I think it was a good thing that Ukraine gave up its weapons, and we should be happy that happened. But what will it do to the efforts between the United States and the Russians to maybe go lower? I think that's not going to happen now. Not soon. And I'm very worried too about. There have been noises out of Moscow that they're going to stop allowing inspections that are critical to some of the agreements that already exist, and that would be a really bad thing.